My story is simply a black male, young black male, being raised in the inner city of Chicago by a single mother. Okay, and just let's lay that down there, right there for a second. Okay, I grew up with this hole. Okay, it's not that I didn't know where my dad was. I could find him, but he wasn't present with us. Throughout that process, man, there was a lot of identity issues that I had. I had to ask some tough questions. Why do I feel the way I feel emotionally? Why do I have the thoughts that I have? And what is this gap that I'm trying to fill with all these ancillary things? When you realize that, okay, God the Father is not like my father, my earthly father. And even though I would love to have an earthly father that reflects God the Father, you have to get to that place where you say, okay, the anger is because the guy that's supposed to represent him bailed on me. Now I'm left to pick up the pieces, okay? My mother's left to pick up the pieces. She's frustrated, okay? So once I saw who God was, I was able to have peace with who he was not. And then I can deal with that anger in myself. I can forgive my dad. Since following Jesus, the biggest shift for me has been how I raise my children. Obviously, I won't say obviously, but you can see here, okay, I work for Louisville Metro Government as a police officer. I have 11 years of sworn service on the department. And what a time we are living in right now, guys. What a time we're living in right now. I'm a black male. I am a disciple of Christ, and I'm an officer. 3 separate challenges that have to be married into one in this culture and in the times in which we live. As a black male, I have a lot of messages that I'm trying to send as an officer, as a disciple of Christ, and as a father. And I'm really passionate about it, and I couldn't be more passionate than I am right now. 2 challenges that I would invite all dads to do to be better fathers is, first, lay a foundation of prayer for your children. Okay, and if you do that, God will speak to you about who they are individually. They have a customized destiny. Your children are customized. Okay, their destiny is unique. God's purpose for them is unique, and you have to be engaged in prayer to hear from God about each one of those kids. Secondly, take them aside and cultivate what you heard from God. Cultivate what you see in them. Okay? And that's the challenge to my dads. As you do that on a daily basis, literally put time aside in your calendar and say, this is a time, you can call it whatever you want to call it. This is a time of cultivation, okay? You don't have to, your kids might say, Dad, what? But that's your time with them, okay? And you train them. You train them and you build them up. And by the time they're ready, then you can launch them out into their destiny, and they'll be steps ahead of where you were. My encouragement to dads is this: if you're in the game, stay in the game. If you're on the sidelines, get in the game.